Yo, welcome to my channel. Um, yeah. Today is a very weird and strange day. How do I put this in perspective? Today is November 6th, 2024. And anybody who knows what has been happening, even if you're not from the United States, today was a pretty significant day, I'd say, or at least yesterday was. And a lot of what is happening today for me and a lot of other people, and probably to a fair extent, a lot of the world. Pretty significant last couple of days, and probably going to be at least a few more days, weeks, and months, and certainly some years to unravel what all of this means, despite what clearly many people know what it means. And I don't really want to dwell too much or be into specifics, but yeah. In addition to that, or on top of that, I've been doing my best to kind of decide how exactly I'm going to introduce this channel, or what exactly I'm going to talk about. I have some pretty good ideas about what it is I want to say, and I know exactly what this channel is going to be about, mostly. But as things develop in life, as they do, things can change. I've, for a long time, wanted to do something along the lines of vlogging, blogging, however you want to really describe this. I guess vlogging is the best term that I've heard used, this being at what some people write down, others record in either a video or, in this case, audio. And I do plan on doing some video as well. But I'm really just trying to get my thoughts down, because there are a lot of them. And mostly those thoughts have to do with what I would really like for this channel to be, and to get it started and get it going. Because I've done that a few different times. Start a channel, had some kind of lofty general idea of what I was going to be about and what I was going to say and how I was going to do it. Which often, or actually didn't turn out to do any of those things. And there's a good reason, at least for me, for why that is. Call them excuses if you want. But, yeah. Anyways, I've always kind of meant to do something like this. I really have. And so, I guess the question kind of just really becomes how to do it. And I procrastinate quite a bit. I have a huge problem with that, procrastinating, and it's probably one of the bigger parts of why I've tried to do this and failed in the past. And going forward, it might be my cross to bear, as it were, for lack of a better way to describe it. But yeah, and I recognize this is probably going to be extremely boring to most people that are going to be listening to this. But if you've held on and you're hanging on and you've gotten this far, well then, that's great. Although I really have no expectations of that. And going forward, I don't know that I'm going to be doing everything that I'm doing right here, right now. Like I said, things change. Mostly I do this for me. I mean, in addition to vlogging, I guess you could, another hat that this will wear is probably maybe a bit of a diary, something where I get my thoughts and, convictions and emotions out, like I said, but really not quite to this extent. I mean, if I do that going forward, I definitely plan on categorizing and making sure that anything that I do on here at least has some kind of direction, has some kind of outline and layers and that kind of thing. I try to be as organized as I possibly can, but it's really difficult for me to do. Like I said, I have my own problems in addition to what I've probably already mentioned, or if you're listening to this, you probably figured out. So yeah, this is my channel, and for the most part, what I aim to do is to make it a vlog that I do on a daily basis or as often as I can. And then I would also maybe like to do some other videos that have to do with the diary. And then other times maybe I'll ramble or just rant about something that is just on my mind. What makes those three things different, I guess, is just vlogging is just going to be me rambling and talking about just random stuff, no specific thing. Diary is just going to be me talking about myself. And I would say that if I do a rant, it'll usually be about something specific or an issue or something, that has to do with maybe something that I'm experiencing, and then maybe something you're experiencing as well. And that, I'll have comments on and stuff, and you can share. And if you're familiar with the internet, you know how those things can go. But hopefully this will maybe attract those who might find it interesting, might find this to be something that they want to do in terms of listening to, and maybe be interested in the other things that I'll do besides what I had already mentioned. I really got to fit in where I get in where I fit in and find what it is that I want to do. And for me, it's been a long time coming. So I've had my expectations before, and really what makes this different is that, and probably why this is just me doing a voiceover and doing a kind of a vlog without my face, so I don't have to really be distracted with it. I'm just pushing myself and making myself do it. And maybe through that effort, maybe that'll just get the momentum going and I can find my own pace. Who knows? So that's going to be it. But lastly, there are going to be a few ground rules that I plan to do in terms of this channel. I'm not scripted. I'm just a person. I'm like a lot of people out there, and then with my own issues and problems, I'm not like all of you. And maybe I'll describe and explain what those things are, and maybe I won't. But there'll never be anything on here that will be too scripted or copy pasted, or anything that I do that will, at least in my opinion, be phony. What you see is what you get. So, as I make my way through this and I keep doing these, and as hopefully I get better, there's certainly things that I want to improve on. I want to speak better. I want to make these not so boring. Maybe, try to improve in the places that will make these more enjoyable for you as the listener, but more importantly at the same time are comfortable for me finding that place to where I'll do these and I can actually at the same time maybe find some other people that want to join me. I'm cool with making say friends, but getting to know people who might be in the same situation and might be doing the exact same thing. I think lots of things can develop through community in various different ways. But yeah, but like I said, I don't plan to be phony. I don't plan to be fake, which is, in part why I'm actually doing this first vlog or video voice vlog. This might be a little bit different than what I do when I do my vlogs, but I'm doing my voice. I'm just speaking into my iPhone voice, a microphone, and doing my best to just get started. So I'm all over the place. I'm sure I sound like I'm babbling. Hopefully that makes sense. But like I said, I don't plan to edit myself or do anything phony. I mean, what you see and what you hear is what you get. And as a human being, hopefully as I improve and do things better, that'll be just as natural and organic as I hope that I'm being right now. And so, yeah. So that's it. That's my first vlog. And that's 11 minutes, which as far as times constraints and all that kind of thing, I don't really plan on having these things be too long, but depending on the nature of what I'm doing, and if this winds up being successful or people are listening, which I kind of hope so, but maybe then I hope not, because sometimes with attention can come all sorts of things. I'm going to do this my way, the best way that I can, and who knows? Maybe it goes nowhere. I mean, I know there are people that do these types of things, and nobody ever listens to anything. That's the truth. I mean, some people just really aren't interested in the world that other people want to share. It's easier to get involved and be entertained by things instead of exactly knowing why. And I don't probably, I mean, saying that, it kind of gives me a little bit of inspiration about what, at least maybe one of those things I may talk about in another video. But this is just hopefully my introduction. So until next time, take care.